Hey everyone, John here from School of Trade. Today we're going to be taking a look at a flag pattern breakout here on crude oil. So the initial entry that we have going on here so far is at 32.83, and then from here I'm looking to ride this move up for, because it does require a little bit of a larger stop, at least 1-to-1 for my risk, if not a little bit farther. So the first target on this one is going to have to come off a little bit farther up. Initial target should be at around 27 ticks, right around there. Now the final target, we can look for something with a little bit more substance on it in terms of a potential runner. Now for potential runners here, we have a lot of different options for where price may go. We may see a large measured move up based on this initial spike higher. They pull back and then they go back up again, and that's what I'm going to be looking for my final objective. So we're going to take off from the lows here up to the high and then back down to the low, looking for the final target up here at 33.24, and that's going to be the final objective. Now we are breaking out of this move and pulling back, so right now if we can come back and give a couple more fills here, may not be a bad idea to add a couple more, just given this bouncing that we're seeing at the moment. So now that we have confirmation, we are closing outside of it. If it comes back and it gives me more, I will take two more there at the same entry point. So we'll see if it can get us a fill there. If it does, then we'll obviously increase our stop size, and we'll be looking for an even larger target. There we go. Let's bump that up there. So we'll take 3 off here, 1 off here, and then we're going to be looking for a possible double up move on this one, seeing as it is confirming pretty much everything that we want to see with a flag. So we have a double. Oop, I need to move that to the highs here. There we go. So the secondary major target is going to be up here. Now, obviously, not super likely that we get this target filled, but given the fact that everything is really kind of falling together here in the way that you want to see a flag set up, I don't have a problem at all trying to hang on for a bigger target there. More likely than not, we'll just get whipped out, though. So the move that we have up here, we have a beautiful rocket up, very, very strong bullish pressure, and then we have a flag pattern back. We break out, initial aggressive entry right there, and now we're starting to pull back and get that re-entry there. And as always, when it comes to flag patterns, that's the most conservative entry point, is that break, retest, and then take it from there, and that's what we're seeing right now. So we have a bunch of different entries in here, all for the exact same reason. Now we're just looking to ride this move higher and see if we can pull a big old move up to get that final target, but more likely than not, just looking to get our next target at 33.10, which is 1-to-1 for our risk, and then up a little farther at 33.24 for that measured move higher, and then we'll see if we can hang on for a bigger one up to 34. So we'll give it a little bit of time here, see if we can crack through the highs and get that target at 33.10. All right, so we see a pullback back to our entry area once again, and you'll notice they respected it to the tick. So with that to the tick interest, we can definitely see that the buyers are trying to get this to go higher with quite a bit of aggression. Now, the way that this is setting up right now, the only way that I would be interested in adding more on, given that we're seeing them respect that level so much, it can't go through 83 for me to really want to see it adding on more positions. But I would love to add some above this high here if that's the case. Not going to add too many. We're only going to add 2 there. Primarily just because if this does hold this and respect it to the tick, that shows that buyers are massively respecting that area, and we should see a further spike through. So there we get that spike through. We get the first target filled, and this is that follow through that we're looking for, that little clue that they held that so well there. So the stop's only going to go down by 1, but I'm going to lock my stop in very tight right underneath here at 82 because I do not want to see that level come back. Now I will take 2 off here and 2 off up here, and then this final target up here at 34, we may split that up a little bit depending on how this all works out. Given the follow through that we're seeing here and the massive amount of respect that we're getting off of that initial entry point, I know that the buyers are very much interested in this move. Now it's just a matter of getting those targets filled to the upside. And look at that follow through. Huge, huge follow through on the way up. So we can bump that stop down to 2. And now we're looking for a next objective area. Again, 34 is a long stretch. So let's see if we can find a better target for that one now that we have a couple contracts to play with. Probably just going to be a channel high. We're actually there already. Lordy, lordy. Okay, well, sometimes I guess it's a good problem to have, right? So looking for another possible opportunity for targets. Let's see if we can get a different type of move going on here. So the initial spike higher, we're hitting that measured move right now. So 24 is going to be up here, and that's even going to be a bigger target all the way up to 34.38. Man alive, that's a big old target. It's not looking like it's that far away anymore, given the amount of respect that we've been getting, so we can look for 34.38. Well, we'll go to 37, but that's an even wider target, not exactly what we were looking for in terms of, where we want to take our profit off at. But as long as we stay firm and we continue going up, I'm not expecting to get up to 34, 37, but we will trail the stop along with the move to lock in what the market will give us. And if we do get up that high, then awesome. We have a huge runner on our hands to potentially put away a massive run. But you can't always count on that. So the stop is right below this major bull candle that we're getting right now. We added on a couple more on the highs and just looking for more follow through up and see how far we can go. So we're seeing some massive bullish follow through here. I really wasn't expecting to get up that high, but we are nearing that target at 34. We've got the stop locked in nice and strongly at 56, and that means that from our entry point, we're looking at a 52, 51 tick a stop on this one. So even if it does come back, we're still up an extra 1,000 on this final push. Absolutely beautiful movement up on crude oil. Gargantuan buying volume. Ever since I came back to that area where we saw the buyers wholeheartedly defend very aggressively and where we added on more, that has since been the low of the move. And from that point, that was all the way back at 80, all the way down here. And from that point, we've already moved up $1.12 in crude oil price action. So that aggressive buying pressure gave us a huge clue that they were defending that area. That's also off the prior high of day at 32.84. So it looks like they just kind of popped out of it, retested it, and just rocketed it all the way back up to the highs. So stop is locked in at 33.56. We're nearing that target at 34. Once we get that one filled, we'll move the stop down to 1. Still looking to get a final ride up on this final one all the way up to 34.37. Given this movement that we're seeing right now, it's looking more and more possible. I really didn't think we were going to get that much follow through, but if we can get up to that point, then we're looking at 47. We're coming really close to that next target there. So looking for 34 to get filled, and then after that, we're looking for that push all the way back up to 34.37, and that's a full flag pattern double up. You don't see that very often, and there's 34 filled. So 34 gets filled, stop is going to go down to 1 contract left, and we're just going to keep trailing on the way. Very aggressive, so I'm being very aggressive on my stop. We'll see if we can get that final push up to 37. All right, so the buyers are coming in obscenely aggressively. I'm going to be very aggressive on my stop here and lock that up at 82. We're coming into that final target at 37. Unbelievable movement so far on crude. Now we just need to see a little bit of follow through. It wouldn't be a surprise at all to see some profit taking after that massive spike higher. That's why I'm putting my stop underneath that, because I'm anticipating people taking profit. We took profit all the way back at 34, so definitely expecting to see a little bit of selling pressure up here just on profit taking. Buyers who are in this move, we're up 125 ticks, 124 ticks right now on this final portion. There's going to be a ton of people that are taking profit up here. So expecting a little bit of correction, leaving the stop back far enough to give it some wiggle room to get that out of its system, but eventually looking for that final press up to 34.37 for that massive objective up there. And that's really what we're waiting for. We just need to see a little bit more from the buyers, which is kind of ridiculous to even say given how much they've given already. But we'll see if they can finish the job, and there they go. All the way up, fills that target. Amazing movement all the way up. You don't run into days like this very often on crude oil where it just goes insane to the upside. But luckily that flag pattern got us into the move, and we added on, seeing that strength. I wasn't expecting that kind of strength, and it got us a run all the way back up to the high. So overall, that's 3,990 on the trade. That's 399 ticks on just a phenomenal move up. That's the trade of the week by far. So if you have any questions about it, feel free to send an email to School of Trade. Don't forget to check out our trial at schooloftrade.com. And as always, and we'll catch you later.